Hello, I'm Brian Worley from the Photographer Academy, and in this short video we're going to look at shutter priority mode. So shutter priority mode is chosen by the dial on the top of the camera, and then we use the front dial to change the shutter speeds. So you might choose a fast shutter speed when you really want to freeze the movement in your pictures. So we've got some birds flying around here and we'll try and capture some pictures of the birds frozen in flight. If you want a bit more motion in your pictures and you want to incorporate elements of blur to show the dynamics of movement, then you typically choose a slower shutter speed. So let's go capture some pictures and so we can show you the effects of fast shutter speeds and slow shutter speeds in real pictures. Now when you use shutter priority, the camera is still measuring automatically for the amount of light and will choose a corresponding aperture for us automatically. So we're going to change the shutter speed by rolling the front dial from 1/800th of a second down to 100th. So as you can see in the pictures, when we've chosen a real fast shutter speed, we've got an 800th here. We can freeze the movement of the birds in the air. But yet when we choose the slower 125th or 100th of a second, we're tracking with the birds, so we're panning the camera as well in the lens to follow the movement. That gives us an effective blur of the background, but by moving the camera at the same time, we keep the bird relatively sharp. However, because its wings are moving, they will also be shown as a bit of a blur, which is what we want to show that dynamic of the movement. One other example of an occasion when you might want to use shutter priority is typically moving water. So what we've done is we've taken a few pictures of the water in the background, some at 1,000th and 2,000th of a second, and some much slower down to a 30th of a second and even a 15th. Just to give you an example of how you can control how moving subjects are captured in your pictures. So we've seen in this video how controlling your shutter speed is done when you use the shutter priority mode. I'm Brian Worley for the Photographer Academy. I hope to see you in the next video.